Right, hello everyone, I'm drinking a caramel latte. I wanted you to know that because I've apparently reached the stage in my life where I drink caramel lattes now. I've become the person who drinks caramel lattes. I don't know when that happened. I'm also eating some rice pudding because I'm apparently a 97-year-old woman. I like rice pudding, shut up. Right, The Sims. It's been a wee while since I recorded one of these. In fact, it's been just over a week, actually. It's been quite a while. It's been a week. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's been a week. I'm sure I'll tell you about it at some point during this video because I do like to waffle random nonsense when I'm playing The Sims. Yes, so I can't actually remember what was going on, but Magpie over here, is she contemplating the hollowness of life again? She fucking well is, of course. In the rain, yes, and there's a full moon going on. Oh yes, I remember now, there's a full moon going on. She's contemplating the hollowness of life or whatever. You should probably go home, love. You're a bit tired. She wants to learn the photography skill. What else is going on? Oh my god, that's right, she's a journalist who can't write. Yes, now I remember, she's a terrible journalist. She has written an article. Yes, she reviewed that game at the stadium that she saw the last 10 minutes of. Yeah, so she's written one article and she's terrible at writing, but she's in a really good mood. So that all counts towards the promotion. That's lovely, that is. Okay, so what's going on? What's the kitten doing? Where's the kitten? The kittens are home, that's good. I thought for a minute it was sending us across the other side of the neighbourhood for a moment there. That would have been bad. And you're going to play with your catnip mouse. Brilliant. Well, I think we're just going to send Magpie home. Oh, I was contemplating whether I should, send her out on the town. Well, out on the town, fuck me. To the graveyard or something, because it's a full moon and she likes the supernatural and fun stuff goes on. But she's got work tomorrow. And you know what? Ultimately, I'm a very boring, sensible person when it comes to stuff like that. When it's like, oh, I could stay up and do this really fun thing, but I've got work in the morning, so I'm going to be sensible and go to bed. And you need to pay the bills. Right, pay the bills and then go to bed. This is going to be a wild night for you, Magpie. Just pay the bills and go to bed at 7 o'clock. That's fine. I've been known to go to bed at 7 o'clock. That's, yeah, if I've only been getting 6 hours sleep a night or something, which sometimes happens, and it kind of catches up with me a little bit, and I'll get to a night where I'm just it'll be like 6:30, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed, love. Puddy Cat was meowing. What's wrong, Puddy Cat? You're reacting negatively to the dirty plates. Yes, this is a thing that the pets do in The Sims, and I'm like, why? This is not a thing pets do in real life. Pets don't give a flying fig whether you've washed your dishes or not. Although I suppose if it's gone off and there's flies around it and stuff, I suppose that would be a bad thing. Yes, I love how you just occasionally get the rain sound effect. There's the rain sound effect, and then it's gone. Rain sound effect, gone. Yes. It's fine. You want to play in the puddle? That's good. You're having a blast apparently, which is excellent, but oh my god, it's the full moon out there, man. What did I call you again, D'Artagnan? It's the full moon. Scary things are going to happen on the full moon. You don't want to be out on your own in the full moon. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing's going to hurt a kitten. Nothing in the world of The Sims is callous or cruel enough to want to hurt a kitten. The beginning of this part might be a bit more edited than usual. I'm going to say The Sims isn't going to be a very edited series, because for the most part it's just me talking, waffling on. It's a nice low maintenance series, I think. It takes very little mental effort on my part. I don't really have to, do anything exciting. I don't have to, try to be entertaining or anything. I just have to kind of, talk nonsense. That's the whole point. So there'll be very little editing going on. But this first bit might be a bit more edited because I need to keep taking breaks to eat my rice pudding. Oh, man. Love a bit of rice pudding. A bit of cherry jam in there. And it's the ambrosia rice pudding as well. Yeah, it's not the cheap one. I got the proper stuff. It was like £1 or something. It was a whole £1. I think it was on special offer, if I remember correctly. That's why I got it. But yeah, proper ambrosia rice pudding. I'm pushing the boat out. Oh, there's a horsey. There's a horsey. There's a horsey. Hello, horsey. Are you a wild horse? Yes, you are. You're a wild horse. So wild horses will run around the place occasionally. They're usually in herds. There's usually more than one of them. Unicorns also pop up sometimes. If you go to the world map, I don't know if there is one at the minute, but sometimes you'll see, it's usually up here, actually. Usually up here they pop up. You'll see, a kind of glowing light thing. If there's a unicorn, you can sort of spot them. And you can go and see the unicorn. That's very exciting. I believe that only happens if you've got... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say if you've got pets and Supernatural installed, but maybe it's just pets. I'm not sure. There are certain things that only pop up if you have like a combination of expansion packs installed. I think. Possibly. Maybe. Maybe I'm misremembering that. I don't know. But yeah, unicorns can pop up. That can be a thing. And then you can go and tame them and... things, because you can tame the wild horses, you can befriend them and tame them and then adopt them. I've never done that, but you know, you can. There's a little one. Hello, little one. Yes, okay, you're following wherever the other one went. Ooh, is that the Northern Lights up there? Or is that actually a unicorn? Has a unicorn popped up? What's going on? Yes, I think that's a unicorn. Wait. Oh my god, I just hit the mic. I'm so sorry if that sounded terrible. In my haste to pause the game so we can see a unicorn. It's a unicorn! Oh, hello, unicorn. Oh, you're very pretty. Oh, you're lovely. Look at you. Being all sparkly and stuff. Grace Horse. Yes, okay. Okay, so her name is Grace, and then they just gave her the surname Horse. This is the thing that happens with the pets as well. You have things like, I don't know, Smiley Dog and things like that. It's quite interesting. But yeah, that's it. That's a unicorn, despite her being called Grace Horse. Yeah, that's a unicorn. So that's a thing that exists. Maybe one day I'll do a series where we make Magpie try to adopt a unicorn. That would be like a one-off video. That's way too easy for an entire series. But yeah, not today. What's our kitten doing? You're asleep. In that case, time should be sped up if we're both asleep, for heaven's sake. Come on, Sims, I haven't got all day. Oh, bugger, I forgot to set a goal for this part, didn't I? That was a thing I was going to do. Actually, I tell you what I did think. Yeah, it's Spooky Day tomorrow. I could make this... Oh, I could upload this on Halloween. That could be a thing. Could that be a thing? What day is Halloween on this year? Hold on. I just need to check my calendar. Try and keep the phone away from the mic. Because for some reason when the phone is next to the mic, it causes problems. I don't know why. Blah, 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 blah. Calendar. Yes. Halloween. Halloween's on a Saturday. Oh, fucking worst day of the week for me. Fucking hate Saturdays, man. Just the busiest, most awful, horrible day. Yeah, I could upload it on, like, Halloween, probably. I can't remember how many parts I've got to still upload. Oh, bloody... Part 3 was meant to have been uploaded, like, yesterday, and I completely forgot about it. Yesterday was Sunday, and I was going to upload Part 3 of The Sims, and I was going to record Mass Effect. Neither of those things ended up happening. Because I spent the day in bed watching Netflix, and she slept in her clothes. Is that because of the full moon? Yes. Yes, she's got lunacy from the full moon, which means she does weird shit. Like, sleeps in her clothes. We haven't seen any zombies! Oh my god, we've had an entire full moon and there hasn't been a single zombie pop up. That's... Oh. Yeah, because in The Sims, every time there's a full moon, there's a small zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a little zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it was also fueled by the fact that I was in the middle of binge-watching Humans I've been watching on Netflix. I finally got around to watching Humans. Because Humans, it was on Channel 4, wasn't it, when it first came out? It's a sci-fi series. It's a British sci-fi series. It was on Channel 4. I should have been all over it when it came out, because it's about... you finished eating? Yes, you're very grumpy. You're disgusted. What are you disgusted by? Oh, is it the dirty plates? Yeah, this is mirroring real life. Oh, dirty place. Thing is, when you have a kitchen as tiny as mine is, you cook one meal and then your kitchen is like just cluttered with so many dishes. It's like, oh, it's really irritating. Anyway, she needs to clean a lot of things actually. Does anything else need cleaning? Yeah, that needs cleaning. Does the sink need cleaning? No. Does that sink need cleaning? No, because she never bloody uses it. And then you can fill the cat bowl. And then you can do like your morning stuff. And that should take you up to work. Oh my god, you are not going to be able to do all of that before work. I thought she had more time than she does. Okay, forget about the cleaning. Feed the cat, because that's important, and then do your morning stuff, and then we'll see where we go from there. And I'll talk about Humans, because it's a really good show. Yeah, so Humans, it was on Channel 4 when it first started, and it's a British sci-fi series. And it's sort of set in kind of the modern day, but like a sort of parallel universe where there's synths on are sort of part of everyday life. They have these very, realistic humanoid. He's going to be startled by something, probably the thunder. I love the fact that he's gone outside to be startled by the thunder. Humans, yes. So it's sort of a parallel universe where they have these really advanced synths, androids type things. And it got 3 seasons and then it got cancelled. Which is a real shame, actually. Or maybe not. But anyway, so the whole thing is about sort of exploring artificial intelligence and the relationship between humans and technology and whether artificial intelligence can ever really be alive and all of that jazz, all of the stuff that we've seen 1,000 times before. And I love stuff like that. I love things that explore humanity and explore things that aren't human and figure out how human they can be. This is why I love sci-fi, actually. Sci-fi is in a very unique position to explore what it means to be human, because sci-fi features characters that literally aren't human. So, you've got aliens, you've got androids, you've got, I don't know, non-corporeal entities, whatever. You've got things that literally aren't human. Stories set in the real world, you can't really have that, unless they're sort of like urban fantasy. So, one of the things I like about sci-fi is the fact that it's good at exploring what it means to be human, because you've got characters who literally aren't. So you see humanity through the eyes of people who aren't human, which is a very interesting thing. She's only got 3 minutes before work. You can just stand there until the car comes, love. Oh yes, and talk to your cat, because... Or don't talk to your cat. It's fine, your cat's playing with a catnip mouse. He'll be fine. I'll just keep him drugged for you until you get home, alright, love? So Humans is all about, exploring, yes, artificial intelligence and, are they really alive and all this kind of stuff. And in many ways, I should have been all over it from the moment it came out. And I knew about it. I'd heard about it. I'd seen clips of it and things and heard people talk about it. But I kind of didn't want to watch it. There was a couple of reasons. One, that it's kind of set in the modern world. It's not sort of, spaceships millions of years in the future or anything like that. It's just the normal modern day world. And I find the normal modern day world incredibly boring and tend to avoid things that are set in it. I like things to be sort of fantastical and big and out there and dramatic. And I want her to practice her writing. That would probably be a good idea. So I kind of avoid things that are set in the real world, even when it's like sci-fi or fantasy. If it's sort of set in the modern world, it's a bit kind of like, And another thing... When I was reading the descriptions of it, it seemed so generic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's something that's been done 1,000 times before. It's like, oh, there's all of these synths, and they live, amongst humanity and everything, and it's all fine and dandy. But then there's a group of conscious ones, and then it becomes this whole big thing about whether they should be, have human rights and all of this kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, it's been done 1,000 times before. There's nothing new here. So I avoided watching it for ages. And then it was a few days ago, it was a few days before Star Trek Discovery came back. I've watched the first episode of Star Trek Discovery as well. Very good so far. Anyway, and I was just looking for something to watch. I'd binge watched my way through all of Bake Off, and I was just looking, and it just popped up on my recommendations on Netflix, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll give it a look. You know what? It's really good. I mean, in many ways, I was right. It is quite... It doesn't do anything new. Yeah, there are no new ideas there. It is kind of... The first series in particular is quite predictable. It becomes less predictable as it goes on, but it does sort of follow a formula that I've seen many times before. But it does it really well. You know what I mean? Sometimes something doesn't have to do anything new. It can just do an old idea really well. Humans does old ideas really well. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, actually, more than I thought I would. It's one of those series where, when I said it was a shame it got cancelled, it maybe wasn't, because I feel like it was maybe... You know how sometimes you have a series that starts off really well, and then it kind of maybe goes off course a little bit, starts to lose what made it so good in like the first series, and then it hits a point where it just completely goes off a cliff. I feel like maybe at the end of series 3 it was just on that teetering point of possibly being about to throw itself off a cliff. It's just a tiny... It was one of those ones where the first series was definitely the best. Like, The second series was great too. The third series was also very good, but it was like series 4 might have been pushing it. But it's a really good series actually. I would definitely recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. If you're into the whole sort of exploring, synthetic life and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like it does what Mass Effect did in exploring synthetic life. Only it does it much better. Because Mass Effect, I feel like while Mass Effect had brilliant themes, it didn't execute them very well. Like, I don't know, it never really... Maybe Mass Effect tried to do too much. But just the fact that it had, it had this whole underlying theme of synthetic life and human life or organic life, rather, and, merging of the two and all of this kind of stuff. And whether artificial life is alive in its own right and all that kind of stuff. It was always kind of there in the background, but it never really came to the forefront. I feel like... he wants to be startled again. Yes, I am remembering that I'm playing The Sims, by the way. I'm not just going to talk about TV shows that I've watched. I just wanted to mention Humans because it was so good. It really captured me. It really got into me. It got into my heart and it got into my head and it made me think about things. I love a show that does that. It had really great characters who I really cared about, and then one of them died at the end of series 3, and that was really sad. So, maybe it's an extra good thing that series 4... Mind you, having said that, I think she died about 5 times throughout the course of all 3 series, and she always came back, so maybe she would have come back. But anyway, it's a really good series. Just sort of... I'll tell you what it is when I talk about it. I don't think it's so much that it was going downhill. It was just every series was quite different. So series 1 was very... It's weird. I mean, if you watch the first series of series 1 and then watch the last series... No, if you watch the first episode, rather, of series 1 and then watch the last episode of series 3, you would struggle to think that they were the same show. Honestly, because series 1 is the most wholesome, lovely thing about relationships between humans and synths and friendships between humans and artificial life, and just sort of humans coming to realise that their synths are more than just machines, and it's just lovely little moments building relationships between characters and little things like Niska playing with Sophie and the friendship between Mia and Laura developing, and just lovely little touches, things that just made your heart swell and gave you faith in humanity. That's what Series 1 was all about. Series 2 went a little bit darker. Series 2 was more about sort of synths kind of growing up a little bit and, experiencing the bad things about humanity and maybe getting a bit of a reality check. And some of them go to some pretty dark places. And then, some of the other ones who are already in some dark places actually find some good. So it was all, it was sort of like turning things on its head a little bit and changing things up. And then Series 3 came along and that was all like huge, big, global, worldwide politics and that kind of stuff. And on the one hand, I enjoy huge, global, worldwide politics type storylines, but I kind of missed the lovely wholesomeness of Series 1, and then I think Series 4 was about to go off the rails, possibly. I don't quite know where they were going to go with it, but, I mean... Let's just say that I think they were headed slightly towards sort of synthesis ending of Mass Effect. That's kind of the vibe I was getting of it. I feel like they were just so close to going off the rails. Maybe it's a good thing that they never got the chance to, but... It is a really good series, though. I would definitely recommend it if you're into your sci-fi and you're into your sort of AI life and all of that kind of stuff. After writing a wonderfully insightful story, Magpie has won the something prize for great reporting. Magpie can enjoy the cash and adoration of her co-workers. Okay, they gave me some money, and my co-workers like me now more, do they? Excellent. Really? Is that a thing? If you win an award like a smarmy bastard, does that make you more popular? She's very stressed, apparently. No, she's strained. She's just strained. Well, that's fine. She's got a kitten she can play with. She also wants to play hopscotch with Fiona McIverish. Let's not do that. She wants to become best friends with Victoria. That might happen. She wants to write a science fiction novel. She really is me. How is her writing skill looking, by the way? Oh, yay! She managed to get another level. Maybe she's not as terrible as as I thought she was going to be. Okay, well, you can have your Be Best Friends with Victoria. I'm sure we'll write a sci-fi novel maybe later. And you can go home and you can play with your kitten. Who is going to wait right there for you. Oh, she's not actually finished work. She's still got an hour left. Okay, well, fine. We'll wait an hour and then you can come home and play with your kitten. And you've still got all of this, like, cleaning to do. Oh, God, that's just life, innit? That's just, you get home and then it's like, oh, fuck, the dishes need washing. You're like, oh, man, I really don't want to wash. My dishes currently need washing. I know I said that yesterday I washed every dish in my house. But then I made tea. And now I've got a load of dishes to wash again. I've managed to use 3 bowls today. How the fuck have I done that? Oh, it's because I had porridge. And then rice pudding. And then I had a pasta thing in a bowl as well. 3 fucking bowls. I only own 4 bowls. I've used 3. What the... Oh, and it's really annoying because they're really awkward to fit on the drying rack. So I tend not to want to have more than, like, 1 to wash at a time. But that hasn't worked, has it? Come on, Magpie, hurry up. Come on. 4, I was going to start counting down from 10. And I started at 4. Oh my god, right, yes. 1, there we go. She got 299 simoleons in 1 day. What? I wish I could work out what simoleons would sort of equate, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't talk. I think I'm still recovering from last week. Oh yeah, I mean, are they meant to be like dollars? Or what? Possibly meant to be like dollars, but then I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I was going to say, like, I don't know what things cost in America. I don't know whether, let's have a look. Things like 300 simoleons for a single bed. I mean, does that, how much does a bed cost? How much does a single bed cost in Britain? I don't fucking know. How much did my bed cost? I can't remember. My bed's a double bed. Or is it queen sized? I think it's just a double. Yeah, because my room's way too small for... I can't remember how much my bed cost. Was it 900 quid or something like that? It was something like that, because it was brand new. I'm not going to buy a second-hand bed. I buy second-hand almost anything else. Like furniture and stuff. There's an auction in my town, which is just brilliant. Me and my mum love that auction. We get so much stuff from that auction. And then there's like second-hand furniture places that are quite good. I don't think second-hand furniture, but I would not get a second-hand bed. And I would never get a second-hand mattress. They're always selling mattresses at the auction and people are buying them. I'm like, why would you want to buy a second-hand mattress? It's not a thing I would do. There are some things where you just think, just spend the money and get a new one. And I would never have a second-hand mattress. That's not something I'm going to do. You can play with the kitten. What is it you want to do? You want to be best friends with him? Of course you do. And you want to talk to him. You can have a nice conversation about, I don't know, pigeons or something. Pigeons? Yeah, pigeons. Why not? Don't feed him a treat because you'll have to go outside to do that because you're a lunatic. You can give him a cuddle. And then maybe we'll let you play some video games or something. Anyway, what was I talking about? Simoleons! Yes, simoleons. We're trying to figure out what they are. Because then there's things like you go and do your grocery shop and it's like 300 simoleons. Actually, that's a thing we need to do. She needs to go and buy some stuff. She needs to go and buy some stuff. She's going to go outside again to fucking hug him. What is wrong with you, Magpie? What the hell, woman? But just don't take your kitten out into the cold to hug him. What? Just what? Oh my god. You clean your bloody kitchen up and clean your toilet and clean your sink, and then I'm going to let you go and do some shopping because you need to do that because like I've said, oh blimey, the bloody sea's having a pink fit. The weather effects really do have a negative impact on the water, I find. She wants to become best friends with Fiona. That'll probably end up happening just sort of, through work. Are you nice and happy now? You're nice and happy now, if a little bit damp because your idiotic owner took you out into the rain. You can go and shop for some groceries, and then you can go and shop for some books. So yeah, I don't know, the Sims economy is very strange. I can't kind of figure out whether it's based on anything in the real world or whether it's just its entire own economy. Yeah, look at that, 5 simoleons for a lettuce. 5 simoleons for a lettuce, but I suppose you do have to take into account if we shop by recipe, each of these meals only needs one ingredient. Yeah, so you take a lettuce and turn it into a salad. You take an apple and you turn it into peanut butter. Don't ask me how that bloody works. You take an apple and you turn it into pancakes. You take some cheese and turn it into mac and cheese, and you take an egg and make waffles somehow. So all of this kind of works. We will get more recipes when she sort of gets better at cooking. What does she need? I don't know. We'll get a couple of eggs. 44 simoleons for 4 eggs. Fuck me. And we'll get some cheese. And she can make hot dogs now, so we'll get some of them, and we'll get some apples, and we'll get some lettuce. That's quite a lot of money. But it is my entire grocery shop. 115 simoleons. That'll last her a while. How much do I spend on... I mean, I have like a monthly delivery, which is about £50 that I get delivered. And that does me for the month, apart from things like milk and stuff. So if I would say maybe like 70, let's go £70 a month I probably spend on food. I'm talking about money a lot in this video, I've decided. That's fine. I'm not one of those people who's iffy about talking about money. I think it was where I was raised. I think it was how I was raised. I think it's a very middle class thing to be iffy about talking about money. I mean, when you're not middle class, when you're lower than middle class, you're a bit, don't mind talking about money. Right, why was I bringing her to the bookshop? It was because I wanted her to buy a photography book. Have I already done that, actually? I have it in my head I've already done that, and I was just going to make her read it. I think I've already done that. Yes, I can make her buy some comics. Because comics are cool, man. Everybody likes comics. These are only 5 simoleons. Comic the same price as a lettuce. That's probably about right, actually. Well, no, that's not going to be about right. A lettuce would be... How much is a lettuce? Like 50 pence? Something like that? Depends what type of comic you're buying, I suppose. If we go down, what's the most expensive one? 50 simoleons. Bridgeport Ghost. Flamingo Dancer. Ninjas. Toad Sim Ninjas. Oh, I see what you did there, Sims. And we could buy number 26, but we can't buy any of the others. That's cool. Cyber Skateboarder. Freedom Family, whatever that means. The Incredible Bulk. Yes, marvelous. Horror Oracle. Is that a pun on something? Horror Oracle. No idea. Outrageous Adventure. Werecat and Worm Rat. I'm having that one. That sounds cute. Volcanic Mechanic. And Mighty Mutants. We'll have them. Okay. Yes. Have you got a photography book already, love? Yes, you do. I was just making you buy another one. Okay. Come home. No. I need you to come buy more stuff because it's freaking Halloween tomorrow. Oh my god, and I don't have a pumpkin. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Oh, it's Halloween, I don't have a pumpkin. That's the same in the real world. Halloween's like next week and I haven't got a pumpkin. I haven't got anything. I was going to get some Halloween earrings because we've got some in the shop. I've got Halloween earrings in. And they're very... I don't know, I like Halloween earrings. I mean, I've got Halloween earrings because I buy some like every year. I've got little skeleton ones. But, I don't know, I like Halloween earrings. Right, yeah, let's get a pumpkin. Let's get 2 pumpkins. Actually, we'll get 2 pumpkins. Because it's Halloween tomorrow, so she'll be off work. And then you can go home. She's still quite stressed. But that's fine, she doesn't have work tomorrow. She can stay up playing video games. That's what I do when I don't have work. Stay up playing video games. That's totally a thing. Make some hot dogs. Hot dogs are always nice. I've got some hot dog buns. This is in the real world. I've got some hot dog buns. Because my mum's friend's friend joint owns a bakery, I think. I can't entirely remember what the arrangement is. I think he joint owns it, but it's like connected to a farm or something that he also owns. Or something. Anyway, long story short, he gets all of like the stuff that doesn't sell. When it's like, because the bakery bakes stuff in the morning and then puts it on, and then like they can't put it back the next day. If it hasn't sold that day, it's no longer fresh, so they can't sell it the next day, which is like ridiculous. So he gets all of like the stock that hasn't sold and then just hands it out to his friends, and one of those friends is my mum's friend, who then hands it on to her, who then hands it on to me. And the upshot is that I get loads of like buns and cakes and things. I come home from work and just find cakes left on the table for me with little notes, just like, oh, here's another cake for you. I get like little like iced fingers and things. Oh, it's lovely. Little scones with cream in. It's lovely. But lots of buns as well. And like, she says she's got so many buns, and she brought all these buns round, and I'm like, Mum, I can't eat them. I can't eat them all, like, before they go off, and I don't have enough room in my freezer for all of them. Like, half of my freezer right now is just buns. But anyway, one of the things she brought around was hot dog buns, right? And they are, honest to God, fucking massive. I have no idea what sort of size of hot dog they are expecting me to have, but oh my God, they're huge. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with them? I have no idea, but we do sell jumbo hot dogs in the shop I work in. And I've often looked at them because they're like in a jar, so they're not like in a tin, they're in a jar. And I've often looked at them and thought, why on earth would you ever want hot dogs that big? And now I'm like looking at these massive hot dog buns that I've got, and I'm like, well, I'd probably have to cut them in half and save half of it for later. They are honestly massive. You have no idea. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's my fun anecdote about buns. Yeah, you can play a racing game. Go on. I'm not adverse to a racing game. I've played one or two in my time. Midtown Madness. Do you remember Midtown Madness? Oh my God, that was a game, man. That was a game. I used to love Midtown Madness. Midtown Madness 2 was fun as well because you could go to London. You could go to London. There was different cities you could go to. One was San Francisco. One was London. I think the other was Paris. But you could go to London, and the voiceover guy in London had like the worst Cockney accent I've ever heard, and that is saying something because I've heard some crackers, I'm telling you. I've heard some butchered Cockney accents in my time, but it was just the worst, most cringiest Cockney accent ever. It was hilarious. It looks more like she's watching a movie or something rather than playing, but I've played a few. I used to quite enjoy Driver San Francisco. That was a really good game. I can't remember if I ever finished it, but I used to really enjoy it, and then there was some reason I couldn't play it anymore. I think it was... is it a Ubisoft game? Oh, that's my water bottle cracking. Shut up, water bottle. Is it a Ubisoft game? Ubisoft made Far Cry, didn't they? Because in that case, yes, it's whoever made Far Cry. Which I think is Ubisoft. Anyway, whatever it is you play, or whatever it is that you have to log into to play their games. Well, not all of their games, just some of their games. Just stopped letting me in. It just wouldn't let me log in at all, and because of that I couldn't play it anymore. I couldn't play Driver San Francisco, I remember that. That was on my old computer though, I haven't tried it on this computer. It's a really good game, I used to enjoy that. It was a good game for just, I think it's crashed, Magpie Love. I think your game's crashed, love. I think it's fine, she's going to ignore it. What was I saying? Driver San Francisco. Yes, that was a good game when I wanted to like listen to a radio show or something, and I would just put my headphones in and play Driver San Francisco, or like audio dramas, Big Finish audio dramas. If anybody follows Big Finish, if you're a Doctor Who fan and you don't know who Big Finish is, you're not a Doctor Who fan. I'm going to say that right now. The Big Finish do like they do audio dramas. And, oh, okay, I know you're a bit tired. There's no need to throw a hissy fit with me. Jesus Christ, woman. Your kitten's asleep. He's asleep. Everything's fine. You're just a bit tired. You can go to bed. Everything's dandy. Did you do the cleaning? Yes, you did. Good girl. I was too busy talking nonsense to even notice. I'm not even pretending that I'm playing The Sims, am I? In this particular part, I'm just completely waffling. It'll be spooky day tomorrow. I'll have stuff to talk about then. What was I saying? Oh, yes, Big Finish. So they do like audio dramas for Doctor Who. They do for a lot of things, actually. A lot of like old sci-fi. They do Blake 7, They've done a few Terrorhawks ones. I bloody love Terrorhawks. Oh, Terrorhawks is my kind of thing. Magpie is starting to feel a bit ill. Oh, fuck off. Oh my god, this is exactly the kind of thing that would happen in real life. It's always like the day before a good day, where like when I've got stuff planned or something, will be the day that I suddenly wake up and just think, oh, why did it have to be today I was ill? Or it'll be toothache, that's always the one. It'll be the night before I'll get toothache, that's a thing that happens. Thing is, I always get toothache when I'm coming down with something. That's a thing. Or when I haven't slept enough. It's weird. If I'm tired, I get sore teeth. I don't know why. That's a thing. But when I'm coming down with something, I get toothache. Like a few days beforehand. Again, I don't know why. But it's really, really irritating. And it's always at night. It's always at night, just as I'm about to go to bed. And it's always the day before a day where I've got stuff planned. And it's going to be like a good day. It's going to be like, you know, oh, the day I'm going to start recording Mass Effect 2, for example, or something like that. It'll be, I'll get fucking toothache and I'll be up all night and then it'll be, oh. Anyway, nothing particularly bad happens when Sims get ill. They just get a negative moodlet and they sneeze a little bit and it's quite cute. That's it. Nothing sort of actually detrimental happens. Which is a bit of a... that's a complaint I had quite a bit about The Sims 3, actually, that quite often when things like that happen... Like, teenagers can have mood swings. They can have days where they wake up and, you know, they're having a bit of a mood swing. They're getting a bit hormonal. But it doesn't do anything except add a moodlet and a few little animations. It doesn't actually do anything to their actual, whatchamadoodles needs down here. Like in the way, you know, like when Magpie, when she gets her misunderstood moodlet, or whatever it is from being too brooding, it actually affects her social. Her social just goes completely into the red. So she is actually in a bad mood, rather than just having a negative mood that can be easily offset. That's a good thing. I mean, they brought that in quite late, because that was with the Supernatural expansion pack. But like the earlier expansion packs didn't do things like that. All that they would give you was negative moodlets. And it was like, but I mean, look, she's still in a perfectly fine mood. It's not actually affecting her at all. Like, you know, being ill should do something like make your energy go down really quickly or something like that. They could have done, you know, they could have been a bit more inventive. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, it's a 10-year-old game, man. Do you know, if you go on Origin, The Sims 3 base game, which is 11 years old, it came out in 2009. So yes, 2009. So yes, it's 11 years old. It's 30 quid. 30 quid on Origin for a 10-year-old game. 11-year-old, sorry. An 11-year-old game. 30 fucking quid. And then all of the expansion packs, and there's a lot of them, are 30 quid each on Origin. I don't know how much the stuff packs are. There'll be something like 20, maybe 15, 20, something like that. 11-year-old, 30 fucking quid. That is... When I say The Sims is a con, I am not bloody joking, I'm telling you. There isn't even like a bundle to get all of them. 30 quid each. 30 quid each! I mean, I worked it out. You would spend something like about 200 quid to get the whole 400. I mean, don't. You can go on eBay and get the key codes for about 3 quid each. Which is what I did, because there was a couple of the expansion packs. I sold all of my hard copies of the expansion packs, but because I'd registered them on Origin, I actually still have access to them. I can just download them, which I didn't realise at the time. But there was a few that I apparently didn't register, so I didn't have them. But so I just went and bought them on eBay, because you can just buy the Origin key codes for about 3 quid each on eBay. So absolutely do not buy The Sims through Origin. There is absolutely no reason to. It's just 30 quid each. Can you... 30? They're not worth that, trust me. I'm sure I didn't pay that much for them at release. I'm sure because I used to pre-order all of them. I'm sure it was like 20 quid to pre-order. 30 quid each. Oh, honestly. Talking about money again. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I say, I'm quite comfortable talking about money. That's a thing the lower classes do. There was a thing on the radio once, I remember. It was another one of Steve Wright's factoids. It's amazing how many of them stick in my head, where he was talking about things that are generally considered not to be sort of appropriate in polite conversations, things people don't like talking about, just sort of, you know, in polite casual conversation. And I can't remember what they all were, but 2 of them were sex and money. I remember, Because I remember sitting there thinking, oh, those are my two favourite conversation topics. Sex and money, that's about all I ever talk about. And video games. That is my collection of conversation topics. I can talk about sex, money, and video games. And sci-fi shows. But anyway, because the things that they were all right to talk about in polite conversation was stuff like politics. Like fucking politics. Who wants to talk about politics? Jesus Christ. Anyway, and gossip. And just sort of boring stuff like what's going on in Coronation Street and things like that. And it's like, oh man, come on. Talk about something interesting, Jesus. Yay, it's spooky day. Yay, we get a little pumpkin moodlet because it's spooky day. What does she want to do? So on the festival days, they get special wants that they only want for that festival day. She wants to be best friends with a lot of people. She wants to throw a party. Yeah, okay, you're not gonna throw a party, love. That's not a thing you would do. You can go to the fall festival though, if you really want to. Can your putty cat become best friends with you, please? Because that's a thing you can just... They often have a thing where they can just choose to become best friends. Like, it can just be just make them my best friend. That's the thing that the pets can do. It's not a thing that Sims can do with each other. You just make her your best friend. Is that not a thing you can do? Oh, that's really annoying. Because then we could get rid of that one. And then... Okay, we'll get rid of Fiona. Get rid of Fiona. She can go to the fall festival. You want to take a shower? I was rather hoping she would want to carve a pumpkin because I've got two of them. Oh, I haven't put her shopping away. Oh my god, she's been wandering around with eggs in her pockets. Bloody hell. Okay, Magpie has ventured out of the house. Now she wants to carve a pumpkin. You didn't want to carve a pumpkin when you were at home? No, you want to carve a pumpkin when you're here. Okay, well, you can carve a pumpkin. You can... Carving only allowed on home law. Well, screw you all. Oh my god, Magpie. This is so me as well. I'll be like, oh, I'll go out and be sociable and do stuff. And then the moment I get out, I'm like, oh, I just want to go home and do stuff. She wants to... What's that? She wants to enter the apple bobbing contest. Yeah, you can do that, love. See if anybody joins you. Or whether you're just going to be alone. You're sneezing a lot. I know. Don't sneeze all over the apples. Oh my god, Magpie. That's no good. She's very excited. Because apples, yes. I don't think I've ever done apple bobbing. I might have done, actually. No, I think I have. Yes, I think I have. I think we did that, at school once for sort of, more of a bonfire night thing than a Halloween thing. I think, possibly. I don't know. I think a lot of the sort of Halloween traditions and bonfire night traditions sort of become one since they're so close together. You just sort of do, like toffee apples. Toffee apples I associate with both bonfire night and Halloween. I think it's probably there were all of these things, these sort of Halloween things that we like doing, and then Halloween comes and goes, and then it's a few days later it's bonfire night, and it's oh, that's an excuse to have another toffee apple. That's probably a thing. But one of my friends at school when I lived in England, when I went to school in England, one of my friends, did you win? I don't think she won, but she's very excited because Cyclone's turned up. And she fancies him, doesn't she? Well, the moodlet isn't turning up, but I believe she fancies him. No, it was Leighton that she fancied, wasn't it? She doesn't fancy Cyclone. Okay. Get to know him, and then give him a friendly hug, because you're that kind of person, Magpie. She now can no longer give him a friendly hug. Oh my god, sometimes I hate this game. You don't take things away from me. I want to give him a hug. Aww. Can't give him a hug. I can ask him his star sign. I can interview him as well, can't I? Because I should probably do that. I wanted to interview someone last time, didn't I? Yeah, interview Cyclone. I know he's another journalist, but that's alright. Journalists can interview journalists, right? That's a thing, probably, maybe, I don't know. See, I can be social. I can do social things. It's not even raining. Oh my god, this is amazing. It usually rains on Spooky Day. What with it being in autumn. There are no protests going on. That's the thing, sometimes random protests will pop up outside City Hall, and you can join in with them if you want, but you never know what they're about. Capricorn, those signs are compatible. Scorpio is not compatible with Capricorn. What the fuck world are you living in? She's learning things about him though, so that's nice. Sorry, I was just trying to think about star signs for a minute there. He's inappropriate. That's fine. I don't mind people who are a little bit inappropriate, you know, as long as it's in a totally harmless kind of way. So he's a couch potato, and he's absent-minded. Oh, brilliant. That's wonderful. That's... I'm an absent-minded couch potato too, love, in real life. Those were traits that I considered giving Magpie. But yeah, I've interviewed him now, and I can write an article on him if I want, because that's how journalism works, apparently. That's a really good way for finding out people's traits, actually, interviewing them. Because often finding out people's traits can be quite difficult in The Sims. Like, you can be best friends with someone for, like, your entire life and not know any of their traits. It's very strange. But, anyway, yes, what do you want to do now? You want to reach level 5 of journalism? Well, you're nearly there, love. You're nearly there. Although I was thinking, as much as I've said, we'll just get to, like, level 5 and then quit and do something else. If you get to level 10, I think, you become a star news anchor, don't you? I could read the news, guys. If we get to level 10, I could be the person who reads the news. I could be Fiona Bruce! Yes! Me! I could be Fiona Bruce in Sim form. Imagine that. With her sexy eyebrows. The sexy eye and her sexy way that she reads the news. I've never seen anybody read the news so sexily as Fiona Bruce. Oh my god. What is it with Fiona Bruce? She has this whole sexy kind of thing that she does, which is... She always smiles when she's announcing people's deaths as well. You ever noticed that about Fiona Bruce? Whenever somebody's died, she always does this sort of little smile when she's announcing their death. Anyway, a little bit of a random tangent. Unlike the rest of this video, which hasn't contained any random tangents at all. What did you want to do? What do you want to do, Magpie? I need you to tell me what you want to do, love. What do you want to do? Come on. Do you want to go into the haunted house? Because that's a thing I totally do. Yeah, you're going to go into the haunted house. That's a thing. And then she's interviewed Cyclone, so she can write an article on him. We can become good at the whole journalism thing. I mean, I no longer have a grumpy face next to my writing. I've got an unimpressed face, but it's not a grumpy face anymore. So, you know, I can sort of write a little bit. I can write another article. Oh, we're going to be fine, guys. We're going to be absolutely fine. There are some screams going on. That's fine. Let's not worry about that. That's Frankenstein with glasses and a mustache. Okay. Okay, and that's the mummy from the first ever episode of Scooby-Doo. You were so busy screaming like a baby, you didn't even realise I slipped into your inventory. Have we got a magic gnome? It's a witch one, I think. Cracklin Knackabell. Uh-huh. I think that's a witch one. Yes, there are magic gnomes that pop up. Often just spontaneously. Sucked into the 4th dimension. Wow. She ended up in the 4th dimension. That's exciting. There's someone here who she finds attractive. Who does she find attractive? Is Connor here? Is it Connor? Styles, Emma, VJ, Nancy, Lisa, Jeffrey. Oh my god, that's Malcolm Landgrab. I didn't realise that was Malcolm Landgrab. Oh wow, he has not aged well. He's usually a kid, isn't he? Oh, Malcolm, darling, what has happened to you? Maybe she does fancy Cyclone, I don't know. I don't think she does. They weren't flirting, will they? Who, love? Who are you finding attractive? What's going on? Talk to me, Magpie. You can tell me. Is that Leighton? That's Leighton. Yeah, it's Leighton. She fancied Leighton. Of course she bloody does. Okay, she is really not getting into the festival spirit. Usually when they turn up at a festival, they want to do all of these things. Like, all of these things appear in their wants. They want to, like, you know, enter the competitions, and they want to get their face painted, and they want to take a photograph and do all of this kind of exciting stuff. She's just, like, at this festival, and she's like, oh, there's not really anything I want to do. This is so me. You have no idea. This is so me. I, like, turn up at places, and I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to do anything. Just want to go home. Oh my god, right, yes, okay. Oh, she really wants to carve that pumpkin, doesn't she? Fine, go home and carve the bloody pumpkin. Oh my god, Magpie. Oh, she's not taking the taxi, she's just going to walk. Oh, well, good on you, love. Good on you. Being good for the planet and all of that stuff. Not taking the car. That's lovely, that is. I mean, you are running. I wouldn't be running. Especially not in my bloody jeans. I'd be going out for like a leisurely stroll, I would. Right, you want to carve. Let's go for silly. Let's carve a silly lamb. And then we've got another one. So, oh my god, that pumpkin is huge. Pumpkin's massive. Look at the size of it. It's half the size she is. Wow, that's a massive pumpkin. You do get some pretty big pumpkins. We've got pumpkins in at the minute for Halloween. And they're in like 4 different sizes. And the biggest ones are fucking huge. Like they fill a trolley. Honest to God. Massive. Bloody massive they are. And I'm like really considering getting one as well. To carve a lantern out of. I'm like, oh, I want to just get a really massive one. Because usually you just get like a little one, you know. But I'm like, oh, there's huge ones. They're also more expensive. They're like £7.50. £7.50 for a pumpkin, honestly. But I mean, you know, it would be kind of cool. What's this silly one going to look like? At the minute, it's looking pretty normal. I'm going to say she's scooping some more gunk out of it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I love the people who do like really artsy ones. What does silly look like? I've received an invitation to Victoria's upcoming party. Okay. I was paid 300 simoleons for personal time off. Personal time off. It's just a friggin' bank holiday. That's all this. Imagine if you got paid for time off during like a bank. Maybe people do. I don't know. I don't get time off on bank holidays. But also imagine getting Halloween off work. Imagine if that was a thing. Right. What's this party that you've invited me to, Victoria, love? It's not even a costume party. Oh my god. Because you can throw costume parties. You can throw like proper Halloween costume parties. And no. Go away. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Right, let's move our pumpkin over here. That's the silly one. Oh, I quite like that. That's quite a nice silly one. Yeah. I don't know why I can't put it there. But for some reason, there you go. Put it there, and then you can carve another one. Let's go ghost. Ghost sounds exciting. Oh, cat was on there. I would make a cat one. I've carved cat pumpkins before. Yeah, that's the thing I've definitely done. Carved cat pumpkins. Yes, I love the people who do like really artsy ones. There's always good ones pop up on the Mass Effect subreddit, and it'll be like FemShep or Garrus or something like that. Or it'll be like the N7 logo. You can answer your phone. Oh, it's Cyclone. Oh, hello, Cyclone. You want to chat with me? I'm in the middle of carving a pumpkin, love. Talk about bad timing. Yeah, we can talk. Why not? Let's be social and stuff. She wants to buy something worth at least 500 simoleons. That's what I was going to do this part. I was going to deck out my flat. Aha, ha, ha, ha. If we get rid of that. Put that in. I was gonna, because she's got a decent amount of money now, I was gonna like actually put in the rest of the furniture that I've got in the real world. That's what was gonna be my goal for this part. I'm glad I remembered sort of quite near the end. How long have I been recording for? I have no idea. Probably 7.5 hours without even noticing. Right. Okay, I need to add the rest of my furniture, which I have to admit is very little. I don't really have much in the way of furniture, but I have a sofa in my gaming room, and it is a sort of black leather sofa. If I can find a black leather 2-seater. I need a black leather 2-seater. I know there is one. I remember there being one. It's not like you, is it? No, not really. Black leather 2-seater. Come on, I definitely remember this being a thing. Come on, game. Is that not just a normal black leather sofa? No, apparently there isn't. Maybe it's that one I was thinking of. That's sort of it. It's a bit fancier than my one, but that's sort of it. Can go there. And then I need a telly. Well, we'll get that one because it's the 500 that she wants to spend. She wants to buy something worth 500, and then PlayStation, 750, oh my god. That is not how much my PlayStation cost. I can't remember how much my PlayStation cost. I didn't buy it like at release. I bought it quite a while after. Like, I'm not getting a PS5 or anything for a good few. Actually, I'm thinking of going over to Xbox. Yes, I know. When the new consoles come out, but not like immediately. Like, oh my god, she's only got 82 simoleons left. Well, okay. Yeah, but not like immediately. But like when I do eventually switch over to a new console, which will probably be in about 2 or 3 years, I'm thinking of maybe going for Xbox. Maybe. I don't know. I'm open to new experiences. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can afford, apparently. I was going to put all my pictures up and everything. What else do I have? I've got a sofa in here. And I do actually have, although the fireplace is bricked up, I do have an electric one there. Like a proper one with like a mantelpiece and everything, which I got at an auction. Yeah, it's second-hand from an auction shop. Everything I own is second-hand from an auction. What else? That's kind of it, actually. Yeah, that's kind of it. I've got a sort of fold-up coffee table thing that I move around depending on where I need it. Sometimes it's in this room, sometimes it's in there. But it like folds up and you can move it around and stuff. So that's the thing. That's it. That's my flat, guys. Yeah, that's my boring flat. But I've got loads of pictures. I've got loads of exciting. I mean, they're all like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. I think they're all Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Well, Liara is on the door. I've got Liara on the back of the door. As you do. She's also just above my computer. I've got a little printout of her. That's not like a proper picture. It's just one that I made up with her quote, "You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination." I apparently decided that I wanted that quote on my wall. I can't remember why. It was many, many years ago that I printed that off. I had it in my bedroom when I still lived at home, and then I just sort of moved it here. So yes, Liara is on the wall. PB is on the wall as well from Andromeda. Isabella is up there. Twice. Sarah from Dragon Age is up there. Yeah, Isabella from Dragon Age as well. Then I've got Flemeth from Dragon Age. And then when we go across, I've got Liliana, Cassandra and Vivian all dressed in their divine outfits from Dragon Age. And then I've got Vivian, Solus and Dorian from Inquisition. Then I've got Yennefer from The Witcher, entirely just because I thought it was a nice picture. She's next to Samara. Then I've got Shepard, Femshep and Liara next to each other in their own posters. And then I've got, over on the other wall, I've got Fenris from Dragon Age. I've got all of the advisors from Inquisition. I've got Josephine, Liliana, and then Morrigan. And then I've got a map of Thedas from Dragon Age. I've got more Dragon Age than Mass Effect. There's a few I've got like on my wish list. I want Iron Bull from Inquisition, and then there's like a really cool Femshep one that I've seen as well that I want. And that's it. That's my gaming room. My bedroom is if you walked into my bedroom, you would probably think it belonged to like a 12-year-old. That's it's entirely Doctor Who posters. It's Doctor Who posters, and then I've also got Captain Marvel. And, what's her name? Harley Quinn. Yeah. And I've also got a Disney calendar. I've got a Disney calendar, yes. Next to all my Doctor Who posters. Oh my god. I've also got a considerable amount of teddy bears sitting on bookshelves and things like that. Yeah, you would walk in and think it belonged to like a 12-year-old. That's fine. That's totally fine, right? I can't believe I've just admitted that on the internet. Yeah, just got my Disney calendar next to my bed. On my Doctor Who posters. Shut up, alright? Shut up. Okay. Yeah, I can't afford anything, can I? No, I can't afford anything at all. Well, I've finished off my gaming room anyway, apart from all my posters. She's going to talk to Cyclone. You're not going to be collecting any festival tickets. How many festival tickets have you got? 10. She might have been able to buy something interesting with those. This is her magic gnome. I love the magic gnome so much. I don't know how many magic gnomes there are in The Sims, but like there are loads. There are loads. Every expansion pack brought in new ones, and they'll just like pop up sporadically. For some reason, you'll just get a magic gnome, and what they do is like they move around the house on their own because they're magic. So she'll end up like on a table or something, and they do different poses and stuff. I just really like them. They're a fun little quirk. I don't know how long I've been recording for. It's probably a long time. Oh, you decided to stop speaking to Cyclone, did you? Oh, she's got pumpkin seeds in her inventory because of the pumpkins. She probably can't plant them. Because I imagine her gardening skill isn't high enough, which is stupid. Stupid that you need to have gardening skill in order to... Where's my fucking inventory? There. Yeah. Level 5! You need level 5 in gardening to plant a friggin' pumpkin. Planting seeds isn't difficult. You literally just put them in the ground, love. Come on, man. And I think sorry, potatoes. Potatoes, I believe they need quite a high gardening skill as well. She's a bit chilly, is she? What temperature is it? 10 fucking degrees! Fuck off, love, that's not chilly. You're still in double figures, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, potatoes, I think, need quite a high gardening skill before you can plant them as well, which is stupid. In real life, you just throw them in the ground. Just throw them in the ground. I never did dig up my tetties, by the way. I never did dig them up. And I said, oh, I should probably dig them up before the weather turns. I never got round to it. And now I'm like, you know what? I'll just leave them in there. They'll grow back next year. Assuming I'm in the same flat next year, which I might not be. I'm sort of vaguely in the market for a new one. Kinda. Sort of. Not like actively looking. That's a ghost one, apparently. That's terrible. I think the designs do get better the more you do them. Like if she carved loads of pumpkins, she'll get better at it, I think. I think that's the thing. Anyway, we can light them up. Oh, look, we've got lanterns. Oh, we've got lanterns. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting? And then she's going to spend Halloween evening doing what I will probably be doing, which is playing video games, I imagine. It's probably what I'll do on Halloween. Probably. I mean, I love Halloween, I really do, but I don't actually do anything for it. I'll probably be watching spooky videos and things. I love stuff like that, you know, spooky ghost videos and stuff. Maybe a horror movie. I'm not such a fan of horror movies. It's weird. I like sort of real life ghost stories. But have you broken the friggin' toilet again? Oh my god, Magpie. Oh my god, woman. Yeah, I like sort of real life ghost stories and things like that, but actual horror, I find a bit silly. Like actual horror films and stuff. There are very few horror films that are actually sort of proper scary, sort of good, thought-provoking. I mean, real horror, good horror, is like thought-provoking. Proper thought-provoking, deep kind of stuff. She wants to upgrade something. Oh, she's got level 3 in handiness. Has handiness like her best skill? Oh my god, it is. She's better at fixing stuff than she is at writing. I mean, I'm not terrible at fixing stuff, but I wouldn't say that I was better at fixing stuff than I am at writing. Jesus. You know what? Okay, you want to upgrade something. You can upgrade the toilet to be self-cleaning. She can't upgrade it to be unbreakable yet, can she not? No, she'll need a higher skill for that. What do we want to be self-cleaning? Upgrade the oven to be self-cleaning, because then you won't have to clean the oven. Cleaning ovens is annoying. And she still hasn't learned the photography skill. Bugger. Need to friggin' well get round to that at some point. We can maybe do that after she's upgraded the oven. It's how she's going to spend Halloween. She's going to upgrade the oven by hitting it enthusiastically with a hammer. Yes. This is what, if you hit your oven enough times with a hammer, it will eventually become self-cleaning. Oh my god. Yeah. What was I saying? Was I saying anything? I might have been saying something, I can't remember. Spooky, horror, yes, horror stories and things like that. Actual proper horror, I find, yeah, kind of silly. I think I find most horror, like I say, proper horror, really good horror, is like, yes, it's clever. It's one of those things that has to be clever to be good, and it has to be really thought-provoking and really, you know, psychological stuff that really gets in your head, proper horror. Most horror isn't like that. Most horror is just like blood and gore and ghosts and She's going to get a text telling her to go to that stupid party, which we're not going to do. And yeah, and most horror is just kind of... I mean, there's some really good horror out there, but most horror is just... Like, take, for example, The Conjuring. It's quite a good film. I don't mind it, actually. I quite enjoy The Conjuring. The Conjuring 2 is a bit weirder. So, yes, I quite enjoy The Conjuring. It's not terrible. But, like, the moment you see the ghost, the magic is gone. Because the reason ghosts are scary is you don't see them. That's why they're scary, right? The slamming doors, doors slamming on their own are scary. Footsteps when nobody's there is scary. The whispers in the dark are scary. The ghost isn't when you see it. Like, the moment in The Conjuring, there is the moment where you see the ghost and she's on the top of the wardrobe, isn't she? I think that's a thing. And she's quite obviously just an actress with her face painted white on top of a wardrobe. And it's like, at that point, the build-up had been so good. The build-up with the slamming doors and the creepy house and the dead dog and all of this kind of stuff, it's all so creepy and stuff. The moment you see her, and it's like, it's just an actress with her face painted white, that's not scary. You've ruined it. You've completely ruined it. It's like, yeah, that's not... I mean, the reason we find ghost videos and things, like, you know, supposedly real ghost videos, why they're sort of... I mean, to be honest, I don't find them scary anymore. I think I've kind of desensitized myself. I'd watched so many of them that now when I see them, I still find them interesting, but I don't find them scary anymore. But, yeah, when you have things like, you know, door slammings, it's the mystery. It's the mystery that is creepy. And when you actually... Horror always goes too far. Actual horror films and things like that always goes too far. It always goes to the point of, like, obviously being fictional. And that's the thing, when you've got to the point where it's like, well, obviously this isn't a real thing, even though it's based on a true story. You've gone beyond the point. I don't know, and a lot of horror also falls into the trap of just using lots of blood and gore, which is kind of childish and silly. You know, it's just like, oh, we'll just make it really, really bloody and then it'll be scary. No, it won't. That's just, it becomes stupid, it becomes farcical. So much horror is just silly, and it's just like, you know, I don't want silly, I want interesting. I want stuff that makes me think, I want stuff that gets inside my head. That's proper horror, that is. Not just sort of, yeah, blood and gore and scary ghosts and things, and it's like, oh. And The Conjuring 2 was just... I feel like The Conjuring 2 really didn't need the whole demon nun storyline. You know what I mean? The whole demon nun thing, totally unnecessary. Like, the ghost in the house was enough. He didn't need to be being manipulated by a demon nun who was trying to kill the Warrens. That whole thing was just weird, that was. It's like, what the fuck was the demon nun doing there? Anyway. Yeah. And another one I have to pick out, and this is going to be like absolute sacrilege to any horror fans, but The Shining... Dull as ditch water. The Shining is one of the most boring films I have ever watched, I swear to God. I mean, it's like vaguely interesting. I'm imagining the book is better, right? The book's always better, but the film... I mean, I know it's got loads of conspiracy theories and things around it, and it's got all of these hidden messages in, because it's a Stanley Kubrick film, so of course it's got all these hidden messages in it. And it's actually quite interesting when you watch videos that sort of pick apart all of the sort of things that go on in the background and all of the theories and stuff, because I love stuff like that as well. So watching videos about The Conjuring is actually very interesting, but the film itself is so boring. It's so boring. It doesn't even make any sense. It's like, what? I believe he changed the ending as well. Is that a thing that I remember reading about? I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I'm sure I read that somewhere, that he changed the ending. And I did find a whole sort of thing kind of explaining what the ending meant, and I'm like, if you need to explain the ending, it's not a good ending, you know what I mean? If you don't get it from watching the film... your lantern's gone out. Why has your lantern gone out? Light up your lantern. Both of your lanterns have gone out. There we go. We're gonna, you know, pretend that we're getting into the Halloween spirit, despite the fact we've turned down going to a party and we're just sitting in eating mac and cheese and upgrading our cooker. not talked about The Sims, like, hardly at all, but in this part, have I? Yeah, I really just wanted to waffle nonsense. Horror films and stuff. Yeah, so actual horror films I'm not really much of a fan of. I find them, for the most part, just a bit silly. Kind of dull. At best boring, at worst just daft. But, like, you know, actual spooky things. Like, you know, actual ghost stories or sort of true crime and things like that. I'm quite into all of that kind of stuff. It has made me a little bit... not paranoid. I wouldn't say I was paranoid, but I do sort of, in the back of my head, whenever I'm talking to anyone, it's always in the back of my head is the possibility they could be a serial killer. That's just... that's something I kind of assume about everybody. Just, you know, people at work, people I meet, you know, even people in my own family. Just in the back of my head is always, could be a serial killer, you know? You never know. You never know. It's the thing about serial killers is nobody ever knows they're a serial killer. That's always the thing, isn't it? Like, their own family have absolutely no clue. Don't even suspect. Now she's going to clean the shower. She really is having a wild Halloween. She upgraded the oven and then cleaned the shower. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's probably the kind of exciting stuff I'll get up to on Halloween. I might buy some treats to eat, not to give to trick-or-treaters. I don't know if I'll get any I didn't get any trick-or-treaters last year. I mean, when I lived in Scotland, I've just realised my mic's been slightly pointing away from me this whole time. I hope you've been able to hear me. When I lived in Scotland, we were like in the middle of nowhere and we never got trick-or-treaters. You'd have to walk about 5 miles to get to our door, so no, we never got trick-or-treaters. And then when I moved down here, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get trick-or-treaters. My cat's very sad because I haven't been watching him. Aw, I'm sorry, D'Artagnan, I didn't realise that you're sort of not having a good day. You're really bad at looking after yourself, you know that? You really shouldn't need me to tell you to do things like eat. But yes, when I moved to, like, civilization, I thought, maybe I'll get trick-or-treaters, and I didn't. I didn't get a single trick-or-treater. It was very sad. I had to eat all the sweets myself. So, you know, it wasn't that bad in the grand scheme of things.